You were 28, 23. You were a high lottery pick the year before. Why? Yep. And you were recovering, recovering assets, and you were, his words, not mine, acquiring talent. Why would you lose the tools to acquire that talent unless you knew long before that you were getting somebody?
Now, yeah, I agree. No, I agree with you on that. From that perspective, I misunderstood. Yeah, I mean, I think the people who think that he didn't have a really good idea that something was going to happen with the Nets, and that if Durant doesn't get hurt, he's going to the Knicks. That stuff I don't buy.
Yeah, like he woke up July 1st and he was like, "Oh my God, you choose us? Thank you."
Yeah.
If you didn't choose us, we were just about to go and ask the kid from the Clippers that with this Philly, I forgot his name, even though he's a friend of my family. Who?
Wait, the one who went to the Sixers from Clippers? The Tobias?
Tobias, yes.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris. Anyway, they knew, and I think they know something now too, and I think they know what power forward they're getting. And I think they're leaving this gaping wide hole in the roster because they have their guy coming in to fill it.
But do you think that are you still thinking that is Davis, or do you think that even if it's not Davis, you think they already have someone else lined up that they think is second? Because the only thing that's crazy to me about the Davis thing is I mean, at this point, nothing surprises me in terms of where NBA free agents go, and I actually think a lot of the stuff that you mentioned also makes sense. I think what goes under the wraps a little bit is how much Kyrie and AD last summer really wanted to play together. I think that was totally an under the radar story. But the only thing
I don't think it's under the radar at all. I think it was very overt to the point that his father had to come out and say something about it.
True. No, that's true. But the only thing I'm wondering is at this point, how would it have not leaked out yet that Davis's eyes are wandering? If especially given the fact that him and LeBron have the same agent.
There's two things that's keeping it quiet, and this is theory and not, institutional knowledge.
Yep.
The Lakers are very much like the Knicks. The reason why the Knicks thought they were getting Kyrie and KD, and why the culture of basketball and NBA Twitter just started to accept that Kyrie and KD were going to the Knicks, is because of the pervasiveness of Knicks fans and NBA media.
Yep.
It's so many of them, and they're so loud that even though none of them really knew anything, they thought they were getting Kyrie and KD. Their arrogance. Now, if I'm the Lakers, I'm nervous because why is LeBron so desperate to play this year? Why is he ready to do anything to get the season to resume itself? Because he knows he's getting older, and he knows this roster is getting older. This looks like a disposable roster to me. Am I crazy in my thinking, Sam? Do you see future building blocks on the Lakers?
I mean, look, I've been saying I don't even know if I've been saying it to you or other friends of mine. I think Rob Pelinka is so freaking lucky that he just that this team somehow had a great regular season, because I'm very much in the camp that I think this team is a train wreck moving forward, and I think they're I basically think every move they've made has basically been wrong. All the guys that they've got, but one quick Lakers thing, even you could argue that the one guy they kept of their young core was the worst guy they could have kept among Art, Ingram, Kuzma.
I like Zubac better than Kuzma. They traded the Zubac for nothing.
Yep.
I don't even think they got the guy on the team still that they traded for Zubac.
Kuzma
And
Kuzma's an empty calorie scorer, and that's about it.
and this is the things that I'm trying to warn the Nets fans from. We don't want to be that mercenary team. We don't want to be that team that whores themselves to become a champion. You want to have principles. You want to have a culture. You want that culture to be bulletproof and for it to move forward and to be bigger than any one player. And, I don't sense that. But coming back to Anthony Davis conversation, if I feel what Sean Marks is doing is GM malpractice, I feel that his greatness is questionable because his win-loss record is lower than Billy King's. And if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant can't play 50 games together, his legacy is greatly in jeopardy.
See, that's where I push back on you, because his win loss record is always going to be terrible because King left him in such shambles that it's going to take him forever to get out of that hole.
Can I tell you something? If Christian Wood is your power forward right now, the Nets have 46 wins plus.
Yeah, they probably would. Yeah, they need. He would have helped on both ends, and
if the Nets have a competent four that can help them guard the post, that can one of them could get Miles Turner and the other one could get Sabonis, then they have 8 more wins.
Look, the best argument you can make that I guess is anti-Marxish but ends up being pro Kenny is basically that Kenny is a phenomenal at developing guards, as he did with like Jeremy Lin with the Knicks and Jeff Teague with the Hawks, and now and with Dinwiddie and D'Lo and Joe Harris and all those guys, and that a lot of the stuff that Marks has gotten credit for was really stuff that was more Atkinson developing. And granted, Marks obviously Marks still made smart trades in terms of using the amount of cap space they had.
But to stay on topic, his power forwards are shit. Now, Is it because he has a power forward that is coming, that he's leaving this void, this big, giant, tremendous, powerful monster of a power forward? Is he coming? Is that the reason why? And that's the thing and that's the other thing for me. I can't say this enough. I don't want Anthony Davis. I know everyone's going to think I'm crazy. I don't want to gut my team for Anthony Davis. I don't want to give up. I don't
know how they're going to get, because he's a free agent. So I guess they'd have to do a sign and trade because
he can say I'm going to join. I'm going to walk to Chicago unless you trade me to the Nets.
Yeah.
And that ends all of the discussion.
Right,
he has tremendous amount of leverage. That people sleep on. Now, is it true he has the same agent as LeBron? Yes. But could it also be true that LeBron and him have an agreement that he's going to come here, try to win the championship right quick before LeBron retires, and everything else after that, we could talk about, we could see. I think that's very possible. I think LeBron knows it. I think the Lakers know it to a degree. And their thinking was, we get Anthony Davis, we're going to win the championship, and everybody will be all right with us trading all of those kids because we got another ring.
But they had to have thought that they have to think that obviously that they were going to keep him long term because Griffin, the Pelicans GM, completely gutted the Lakers of all future picks. So the Lakers are going to be, if Davis leaves, and if I guess if Davis leaves, I have to imagine that LeBron is I don't even know what LeBron does at that point, but even if LeBron stays, there's going to be little talent, and also LeBron will be older, so we'll see what happens. That's basically what the Nets situation was in. That's no protected picks while also having almost no assets on the roster.
It could be they could not lose Anthony Davis and it could be bad. They can have LeBron just get old.
Yep.
And LeBron knows he's getting the human being called LeBron James is, one of the most impressive people ever. He has a photogenic memory. The guy knows basketball. He shouldn't be a GM, but the guy knows basketball. And I think he knows that his time is running out. I think he looks around the league and he notices the one guy that used to basically play him to a standstill, Carmelo Anthony, is old. So he's older than than Carmelo. And although he takes care of his body and he does a lot, if the Lakers can't put together more people around Anthony Davis, is Anthony Davis really going to stay on that team to play with Rondo and Caldwell Pope and Jared Dudley? That is a top-heavy team. And if the attraction is playing with a 35-year-old, 36-year-old, and you've got to sign a 4-year contract, Sean Marks may know something, Sam. I know people are going to say I'm crazy. I get it. But I'm just telling you guys what I hear. It could be wrong. But him and Kyrie look very cozy. And again, I don't want this to happen. I think this is the worst types of teams that get built. I think it's disposable. I think it's short-sighted. And I think it tears the framework of a culture in your team that makes it impossible to sustainably win. I believe in the Spurs method. I believe in all of that. That's why I loved Sean Marks, and that's why it breaks my heart watching us become very anti-Spurs. Very everything but the Spurs right now. We're getting Hollywood. I don't like it, Sam. But we've got to come bring the show to an end. We've run our mouths too long. Which one of the three do you think it is before we go? Is the reason why Sean Marks is terrible with bringing in power forwards right now because A, he's just horrible at it. He just has a blind spot for power forwards. Yeah. Or is it B, what was B?
Like the small ball Daryl Morey stuff.
Yeah. I think it was something else, but I'll take it. And then was it C, that he knows that he's getting a power forward in the summer. I wish it was Aaron Gordon. That's my guy. But
I think it's a combination of A and B. You can't say it's C because he's been bad at this now for it could be C, but that's not the reason why he's bad at it, because he's been bad at it now for 4 or 5 years. So it's like, this isn't a new thing. It's not like, this year he was really bad at getting power forwards, but the last 4 years he was great at it. He
has been abysmal.
So it's got to be a combination of he's not as good at scouting that stuff, which is also surprising considering he's 6'10" himself. So you'd think
he was a power forward. He was a big power forward.
Yeah. He's a power forward who could shoot, so it's bizarre.
Sam, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, this was great.
New York City, we are the Front Office NBA podcast. We will be back next week. Let's hope it's with better news. Let's hope the vibe around the Brooklyn Nets feels less icky. And let's hope we have some good things to talk about next week. Cool, Sam?
Let me say, Spencer, we hope you're feeling better.
Oh, man. Spencer. And that's another thing. Spencer wants it. Spencer was like, I'm sick, but I'm going to see if I can get better so I can play. That's my guy, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yep, he wants to be out.
Oh, my team. We're the Front Office, everybody. We will be back next week. For my partner in crime, Sam LaChow. Talk later.
See ya.